One, and welcome to your ILMS training. At the bottom, you'll be able to scroll to the different minutes, and I'll have them divided into different sections for you. Let's begin. When you first log in, your page is going to look like this. You'll have your magic bar or what we call the scorecard. And this scorecard is going to give us valuable information, real-time data of the progress that's being made with the data that's in the system. So we take this data from GSA, from various other sources, and for your GSA lease, your commercially leased, and your agency owned vehicles, they're all going to be in this portal. And this information lets us control that data and make sure that it is as clean and as useful to the users and to headquarters as possible. There are many advantages over using our fleet management system, and one is that we are able to control and have historical data on all of the vehicles that we have owned now and in the past. So as we're looking at this scorecard, you might be wondering, what is it that I need to do? Why am I at 0% on some of them, and why are some at 100%? Sometimes with each of these scorecards, there might be nothing that you need to do. For instance, right now there is no billed after disposals, and right now there's no missing tags. There's none open, and those are all complete, and that's what we're striving for with the rest of them. Sometimes, for instance, if we go to AIE, we're going to take a look at that. An agency incurred expense is something that is outside of the normal monthly bill that's being charged in addition to. So we want to look at the vehicle, and this is part of the job that is verifying that this information is either correct or incorrect. And that is just noticing the tag number and maybe the details and what's the category. Does this look correct to you? If we can, and it's not correct, we can try to recover some of those funds for your agency so that you can use them for different things. It's kind of like monitoring your credit card report and making sure that no extra money has gone out that's not necessary. For instance, down here, here is a car wash for $225. And we might be wondering, why is this car wash $225? So we're going to go in here, click on this little star icon, say that we've reviewed it, the date, and then we're going to challenge this. Once we challenge it, it's going to make a little note in our system so that when you go and run your report, you'll know exactly which ones you've challenged. That way you can send this exported Excel to your FSR or your headquarters, and you can continually check up on these and make sure that everything that the charge is correct, and maybe if you can get your funds recovered. So you can also do a little filtering if you'd like. You can search, for the category. You can search if it's over $500. Maybe there are different thresholds that you and your agency find are more pertinent. So the purpose of this screen and a lot of the other screens on here are to just verify that that information is correct. Once you do that, it will fall off your list. Okay, then for the next one, I like to go through the address because that is really simple. For these vehicles, we need an address because the address is often what we use to help us determine if there's an alternative fuel station or such around. What you'll do is click on that edit button, enter in the street, city, state, and zip. We want to make sure that we are using the garage address for this, and also that there are no suite numbers included. One thing I'd like to mention as well is that you can determine the size or if you see the magic bar at all. So you can click on it up here and it can go away, but it's always easily accessible, just depending on how much how much space you'd like this to take up. Okay, now that we've talked about the magic bar, each of these items are going to be similar as to what I've just shown you, either verifying information that already exists within GSA, and we just need your confirmation that it looks correct, or adding in information such as an assignment type, a vehicle contact, maybe a tag expiration. You're adding critical information that is being tracked either through a data call or it's necessary for FAST. Okay, the other parts of the system are going to be these tabs that are up here that you're able to toggle through as you explore ILMS. For the active inventory summary, this is going to be your quick snapshot into your vehicles. So you have agency owned vehicles, GSA leased vehicles, you get that number. This can be critical for people that are submitting reports. So mode is just going to determine it by agency. If you are a part of maybe one or more agencies, you would see a different agency as well. For the fast fuel type, you have it broken down by the different fuel types. The fast vehicle type gives you a listing of all of the vehicle types that are in your fleet makeup. For zero emissions, it gives you a detail of how many zero emissions vehicles are in your fleet. Okay, moving on to the next section, my vehicles. Going under my vehicles, this is where a lot of the work is done. This is where you are able to see all of the critical vehicle information, such as the VIN, the agency, that primary contact, the vehicle, more vehicle information, ownership type status, and then this is also if um, there are different locations. So maybe the vehicle is stationed here, and then we have a different address coming forward. Okay. Once you get over here to the right-hand side, there are different buttons that are going to allow you to see various information in different formats. So, for instance, let's skip over SMS info for right now because that is coming soon. You'll be able to do vehicle research. So say that we click on that, it's going to load in the next tab here, a very deep dive of that vehicle. Next, we'll go to the edit button. Once you click on edit, you'll see a plethora of information that you can either edit or review about that vehicle. If the vehicle ever changes location, you can enter that in here. If it switches to a different agency, you can change that here as well. So there are a lot of different things that you can monitor and review in here or make changes as. Another great thing about this system is if we go to this person icon and you click on that, you're able to actually add additional vehicle contacts. So you may want to add another person that's going to help you in the event that you go on leave or you have a lot of vehicles that you need to manage. So you want to delegate some to somebody else. And that is how we envision using the site. It is a way to gather everybody together and get all hands on deck for this. Okay. The system also allows you to add notes for the vehicle that will be tracked over the life of the vehicle. And then also the files. So as Eugene would say, it is a complete life cycle of this vehicle and you will be able to track and add things as time goes on, so that if you were to leave or someone else is to take over, you would have a complete picture of that vehicle for them. Additionally, you can create your own reports in this manner. You can change the status if you'd like to see all of your vehicles, the ones that were disposed of. You can do that. You can also change you can also see just the vehicles that are ZEV if you want to narrow the focus down like that. If you want to change the state or the vehicle type, you are able to create a lot of custom reporting through here, and then you're able to export that to Excel. So this feature is very handy if there is something that you need to create. Let's see, going to the vehicle research tab. And what we do in this tab is get a deep dive into any vehicle. As you can see, the status is getting validations, and these are the different categories. If you know exactly what you're looking for, you may be looking for something in the bill. And so you can just click that. It will take you all the way down to that section. If you're looking for telematics data or the NHTSA VIN lookup, anything that you're looking for over the history of this vehicle, maybe it's changed tags and tag numbers, and then you're able to see that. So that could be really helpful. So let's just scroll down a little bit so that you can get a little picture of how that works. So all of this information is for you so that you can review it. And then what you would like to do, you can copy and paste the VIN or the tag into here and then say get vehicle data. Okay. The next tab is going to be done over the years that are standardized, and you can utilize them by just clicking on the type of report. We have a fast submission, the inventory summary. This is going to let us know all of the columns that will be within our report, our category, and the field sort order lets us know which order they will be in. And we can change the order for our report. We can customize it in that way if we'd like. So then we're going to do for UTS or NHTSA, and then we're going to get results. So for this report, we have the inventory for every year from 2017 onward, and we are able to see the number of vehicles disposed, number of vehicles active, and number of vehicles acquired. So this could become handy, and you can export this to Excel. There's also a few different reports in here if you'd like. Data management, zero emissions vehicles, the SEV strategic plan. So there are different reports. The VAM survey is going to be coming back around, and we will be utilizing the ILMS platform to do that. The great thing about this is it reduces the workload of the POCs and for HQ. It reduces the workload by streamlining everything. We have the percent complete. We have all of that information tied to information that's already in ILMS, so that you do not need to duplicate your efforts if you were doing that in some sort of Excel. It also asks very specific questions about how you might be utilizing that vehicle to determine whether or not this vehicle is necessary for your fleet, or if there is another vehicle that might be better suited for your mission. So this VAM operates very easily. You just select the information and it turns green once you've done that. So you'll go through the 20 questions that are here, just completing everything and entering any notes if you have any. And then once you've done that for that vehicle, everything will turn green. Alrighty. The next tab is going to be the admin tab. And as a fleet manager, you have access to this admin tab. You are able to add different people for your agency, and you're also able to also see the last time that they've logged in. Tab, you are able to add new users, delete users that are no longer with the agency, and you're also able to edit the roles and permissions of other users. And this will help you control the flow of information. See, adding a new user, and then you'll just want to make sure that they have the user and the vehicle contact role if you don't want them to have access to everything that you see, or giving them the agency fleet manager if you'd like them to have all of the access that you have. The suspense file is a new feature that is within ILMS. So if you see anything that does not align with what you are expecting, please reach out to us and we can help you understand, or we may need to go in and revise it as we get that information from GSA. But there could be an explanation for why what you're seeing differs from what you are expecting to see. Okay, so going through the suspense file, you'll see that there's an HQ approved orders, and then there are the ZEV HQ approved orders. These are the ones that have made it all the way to the top and they have been approved for your agency. You can also switch it by order, and then that would show you the breakdown of those specific vehicles. By order, you can see the auto choice, the cam replacements, the cam additionals if there are any, and then just toggling on, it breaks it down if you'd like a summary or if you'd like that more granular approach. So if you're noticing, you can look at it in both ways. You can also export this to Excel if you'd like to see that in a different format. You can also search for an order if you're not seeing one. You might be able to type it in here and then get to it more easily. You can also click this Get Status Report by Fiscal Year, and as that's loading, I'm going to bring that. Okay, so once that So for the export to Excel, that status report, you see this GSA order, vehicle order status report. It's going to show you for 2022 and 2023, the orders that were completed, the orders that were complete but maybe not delivered. It's going to break that down for you. It's also going to give you an option in the next two sheets to look at the very granular level of the vehicle level data. So you can go through there and you can see those vehicles. Alrighty. All right, and that is the ILMS system in a nutshell, a very quick overview so that you are able to navigate through the system. And please reach out to support@netdigitalsolutions.com if you have any questions. Okay, just to recap this entire presentation, ILMS is an important tool for you and for the fleet, for DOT's fleet management. It is to assist with analyzing your fleet data at the departmental and agency level. It helps users prepare and comply with future mandates, reporting requirements, VAMs, and much more. ILMS enhances your inventory by identifying problem areas and providing easy action steps. And if you find yourself if you've gone through this presentation and you have additional questions, we'd be happy to answer them. Please send us an email at support@netdigitalsolutions.com. If you can send us a screenshot of either the problem that you're having or maybe the page that you have a question about, that would greatly assist us in getting back to you quicker. And then we will be happy to reach out to you and either provide additional training or a quick response.